morning, welcome to Miyek Good Morning Show. Hope you had a fantastic night. My name is OLOYE Kolade, and in the studio with me, as always.
Hi, my name is Temitope Samuel. Good morning.
Yeah, so today we are going to be focusing on our discussion segment. And today we're going to be talking about something very, very relevant. And we're going to be talking about the state of the nation and the way forward from where we currently are in Nigeria. What is the way forward? And we're not going to be doing this alone. So I'm talking to myself. We're not going to be having this discussion alone. Yes, we have a guest we are going to be introducing to you after our break. But it has been 2020 is a year that would not be forgotten very easily
in the history of Nigeria at all.
Yes, it is a year that would not be forgotten in the history of Nigeria. The beginning of this year, we had
COVID-19.
COVID-19 was not just indigenously Nigerian. It was all over the world.
Yes.
You know, it was all over the world.
But it hit us very hard here in this country.
Yes, because we are not so prepared for COVID-19. Prepared for COVID-19 as regarding facilities and infrastructure. So we're not really prepared for COVID-19. So it hit us really hard, and we are thankful that it did not. Because a lot of people were saying that it was going to go past where it went.
Yes,
we're expecting it to go really
more wide than what we are seeing right now, comparing to other countries.
Yes, and claim millions of lives. But we are so thankful to God that it didn't claim so much life. I want to say that COVID-19, we're not done with COVID-19 in Nigeria.
Yes.
It's reducing by the day, and we are very, very optimistic that before the end of the year, we're not going to hear anything regarding COVID-19 anymore.
I believe.
Yes, then after a few weeks ago, like 2-3 weeks ago, we started the NSAS protest. And I must say that NSAS protest did not just start in 2020. It started as far back as 2017. But then a lot of people were doing it on social media then. They were clamoring for the end of NSAS. And then the government did something about it. But 2020 came, and because of a lot of extrajudicial killings that has been happening in Nigeria, and then the violence and police brutality, the youth came together in some parts of the country and clamored it was a peaceful protest
around the country.
Yes,
virtually 30 states also joined the protest like that.
Exactly, and a lot of people were surprised because they were like, okay, this is one thing that for the youth to come out and they were not relenting. They were not relenting. They were in the rain, they were in the sun. They were saying they wanted total disbandment of NSAS protests. And yes, the protest did claim a lot of lives, which we are sad for, and then we empathize with the families and friends of those who lost their lives in that protest. And then after the protest, then we saw last week, then we saw the looting of palliatives
from different stores.
Yes, in different parts of different parts of the country, different states in different parts of the country.
Yes.
So we are going to be talking about the state of the nation because Nigeria has experienced a lot in 2020, and we know that we are going to come out strong, but we want to know the way forward. That is why I said we're not going to be discussing this alone. We have in-house a political analyst who is going to be talking about this topic with us. Yes, we'll be taking a short break, and when we return, we'll be continuing with this program with our guest who we are going to be interviewing via telephone. Please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Èyí ni iléeṣẹ́ ayélujára Miyek rédíò. Ẹ máa gbọ́.
Yes, good morning. Yeah, welcome back. This is still MEF Radio. And like we said before we go on a short break that we'll be having a guest this morning via telephone call. Yes, hello, good morning. Hello, sir.
Good morning.
Yes.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, you're welcome to the show this morning. I would love you to tell the listeners your name, sir.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, listeners. I'm ODELEYE ADESINA.
Okay, please, could you repeat that, please?
Sorry?
Could you repeat your name, please?
My name is ODELEYE ADESINA.
Okay, thank you very much.
People call me OLOYE.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, so you're on to MEF Good Morning Show.
On MEF Radio.
Thank you.
Yes, and so
Thank you.
Okay, and today we're going to be talking about the state of the nation and also the way forward.
Okay.
You would agree that 2020 has been a very, I don't want to say something different, but 2020 has been a very great year, a challenging year in the history of Nigeria.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, we have faced a lot of things, from COVID-19 to the NSAS protests, to the protests, and then the lives that were lost in the during the Lekki toll gate shootings.
Yes, and other states in Nigeria.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
you're right.
And then recently we had the looting of the palliatives, and then some people lost their lives during that looting, and then some people were arrested. So now this brings us to insecurity in Nigeria. So we're going to be talking about insecurity in Nigeria, and we're going to be focusing on the NSAS protest. Please, what is your opinion about this?
Yeah, thank you very much. The insecurity in Nigeria is a very, very, very serious issue that has been affecting, the country even before the coming to power of this administration. And you agree with me that one of the vocal points, one of the agenda of this present government is, improving our security, especially in the Northeast, And I think in 2015-16 or thereabout, we witnessed, a little bit improvement on the security, especially in the Northeast. However, when you take the security of the country as a whole, the security of Nigeria is in shambles presently. From Kaduna to Taraba, from Taraba to Nnewi, from Nnewi to Lagos, all over the country, And I must say that if we say government has not been doing anything in the security sector, we'll not be telling the total truth. Government has been doing a lot in the security sector, even though a lot they have been doing to us, there's still a lot of improvement. And that brings us to the breakdown of law and order in Lagos, and which results into a lot of people, losing their lives all over the country. In summary, there's a lot of, things we have to do in the security sector. There's a lot of things we have to improve, When you take the security agencies into consideration, the police, the army, the DSS, the Nigerian Security, Civil Defense Corps, and all of that, there is no cooperation even among the security agencies.
Okay.
The intelligence gathering is very, very, very bad. Imagine
that you said what?
The intelligence gathering, the intelligence gathering is very, very bad. There are a lot of attacks on the populace that should have been prevented, before they were carried out, but nothing was done. Nothing, absolutely nothing, So there should be cooperation within the security agencies. the police should be reformed, the army should be reformed, they should be well equipped. You know, though the government has done a lot in procuring equipment, you know, for the Nigerian army, the navy, the air force, you know, but then the police, which really deal with the civil populace, have been neglected for ages, for years, and this is one of the main causes of ENSA's protest. You know, the funding of the police, equipping them, their emoluments, salaries, allowances, and all that. You know, they are the contributing factors to the moral corruption,
okay,
the systemic corruption in police.
So you're basically saying that the protests by the youth, the protest for the disbandment of ENSAS is justified, since you said that the police should be reformed. And
yes, it's just, even the president admitted, everybody admitted, all Nigerians admitted that there are excesses on the part of the police generally. You know, it's not really the SARS, but the SARS, the unit is the most notorious, you know, of the units in Nigerian police. Okay. I would say that the entire police or policing system should be reformed.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Still speaking about insecurity, we want to direct this to the shooting at the Lekki Tollgate. A lot of people are calling it the Lekki Tollgate massacre. What would you say about this? What would your opinion be? What is your opinion?
Yeah, I want to be very, my opinion may not align with other people's opinion, but the truth is that I must tell the truth. You see, one of the problems we have in this country is the problem of fake news. The problem of fake news. Spreading falsehood. And it's becoming a culture for us as Nigerians, you know, to believe just anything. To believe just anything. We don't have that culture to, you know, to listen to the other side of the story. The Yorubas will say that Agbo Ejo Enikoda Agba Oshitani. It is the trending news that we tend to believe. You know, I don't really support shooting at protesters, especially peaceful protesters. We all watch how peaceful the Lekki Tollgate protesters were, you know. But I will never support shooting at protesters. I will not. I was in Nance when I was doing my university days. I led in conjunction with some other comrades so many protests. And even those were in military days. We were not shot at. We are not shot at during those days. So when we are now in civil rule, in a democracy, nobody should justify the shooting by the security agencies. Okay. That said, I want to say some other things. You see, the NSAS protest at the Tollgate continue to tell us they don't have leaders because they don't want their leaders to compromise. They don't want the leaders to be bribed and all that. I identify that as one of the greatest mistakes of the protesters. You must have strategy. You must have, you know, when to start and where to end your protest. The protesters did excellently well for the first week. You know, the president admitted, everybody admitted, they submitted the request of about 5, and the president went on here to say that he has disbanded the SARS and they are working on all their requests and all that. At that point, in my opinion, that should be a terminal point. It should be a terminal point where you give like a month or 2 months, you know, to the government, you know, to see whether in all honesty, they will accede to your request, they will carry out what they have promised, they will increase the welfare of the police, they will, you know, compensate
Let me
the
cut in.
victims.
If I may cut in. Two things before. You said that since the government said they were going to disband the SARS, and they did disband it, that point should have been a terminal point for.
No. That's what I said. Okay. When the government admitted and accepted all their requests, the NSAS protesters presented like 5 requests.
Okay.
Now government admitted, accepted, acknowledged that all those 5 requests are actually necessary to reform the Nigerian police. Okay. Among those requests is ban on SARS, which was immediately, banned and all that. So at the point where government admitted, accepted, and promised to, do all what they requested for, I think it should be a terminal point for the protesters.
Okay, we understand. So you are saying at that point the protesters should have stepped back, right?
Yes, they should have withdrawn. They should have retreated. They should have given look, government has accepted our request. Let's give them 1 month or 2 and see if they are going to do something. Practically, they are going to do something on all our requests.
A lot of people had already lost confidence in the government because they were saying that okay, they would say this and not do it. They will say this, they'll do this and not do it. What would you have to say about this? If the protesters or the youth already lost confidence in the government, the same government during their campaign that would tell them they would provide jobs for them, and then when they get into power, they
won't do anything.
Yes. If they already lost their confidence, would you expect them to actually step back? Because if they know that the government might just be telling them what they want to hear, do you think they will actually step back? That aside, also you said something at the beginning of the conversation about fake news. Could you also speak more on this?
Hello?
Yes.
We can hear you.
Yeah. Now, you talk about the loss of confidence of the populace in the government. The truth is, Nigerians don't trust their government, and it is not Nigerians' fault. It is over time. Successive government don't keep to their promises. So, huge gap between the Nigerians and the government. Government don't really disseminate information to the people.
Okay.
And when you say there is misinformation and all that, who caused it? The government. The government has areas of officials that are supposed to, build the confidence. Trust is hanged, but over time, over the years, we lost trust in the government. However, I could recollect that the protest that was similar to this NSAS protest, where government, aftermath of the protest, government did something, was in 1989 during the anti-SAP protest. See, ever since that democracy, no government has led to protesters' request. They don't. But this government came out, the president came out, admitted all your requests are genuine. So at that point, the protesters should have given the government a benefit of doubt. A benefit of doubt. You see, when you are dealing with a liar, and the liar is saying, this time around, I'm not going to lie, I'm going to tell you the truth, you still give the person the benefit of doubt.
Okay.
So if eventually he lies, can now pick on him. So it's the same thing. Let's see what they would do this time around. It's the first time the government will accept the protesters' request. Now let's see whether they will do it or not. And that's why I said they should have terminated that. They should have retreated at that point. When you ask me to talk about the fake news, let me tell you the truth. If we don't kill fake news in this country, fake news will kill this country. Look what happened in Rwanda in 1994 in Kigali. About 800,000 people were killed simply because of fake news. Fake news. Especially the use of social media. Social media has its merits and it has its demerits. I want to believe that government should do something about fake news.
Okay, but when you say fake news, what do you mean? Fake news as regarding the toll gate killings or as regarding NSAS protests? What do you mean by fake news in this context?
Okay. What I mean by fake news is spread of falsehood.
You said
like we're spreading of falsehood. Like let me give you an example. Like we are made to believe now, most of the videos, the photos, the pictures that were used, to elicit anger in people, were actually fake. They were not true. And every anger was based on those pictures, on those news. Look at the damages caused. Look at the loss of life. My fake news is not about that there was shooting at the toll gate or there was no shooting. Even the governor of Lagos State has come out to say that there was shooting, at the toll gate. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying that arousing anger, inciting people on falsehood, based on falsehood, should be stopped. It must stop if we want to move forward. It must stop if we want to have peace in this country. It must stop. We have to have something. There must be legislation against this. If you say something, you go on here, you say something, you must be very sure that what you are saying, what you are spreading, what you are sending out is actually the truth.
Yes, please, in one word. So what you are trying to say that all those videos and every other thing that people were showing on social media are actually fake?
Are you discrediting that?
I'm not saying all. I'm saying most. Most have been discredited. Most of these videos and pictures have been discredited. They have been proven to be fake, as in fake. And I think everybody knows that now. And most people that still have conscience in them, who actually relied on those materials, have actually come out to beg. They have actually shown remorse, for their anger. I'm not saying every video or every picture that was shown on the internet were fake, but most of them were fake.
Okay.
Then why do we need to spread falsehood? Why do I need to send in things I know? I'm not sure of the source. Why do I need to do that? And if I do that, there must be consequences. There must be consequences for me to cause trouble between two people, for me to cause trouble among the citizens of this country. If we have that in place, people will be, cautious, about what they say, what they send out, what they spread on WhatsApp, on Facebook, on Twitter, and all other social media platforms. Until when we have that in place. The other time, the National Assembly was saying that they want to, have a legislation against spreading of fake news. People know that, they actually want.
Thank you very much, sir. We are going to be going on a short break now, and we'll continue with this conversation when we come back from the break. Please stay with us.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Èyí ni iléeṣẹ́ ayélujára Mihek Radio. Ẹ máa gbọ́.
Welcome back. We are still watching and listening to Mihek Good Morning Show with Oluwa Damilola and Temi Tope. Yes, and we have our guest, that is OLOYE ADESINA ODELEYE. ODELEYE is still on the line, and we're still having a conversation about the state of the nation, that's the state of Nigeria, and the way forward. Welcome back, sir.
Yes, sir. Still talking about the state of Nigeria. Now, recently we heard about looting of palliatives in different states across Nigeria. So, what can you say about it? I mean, looting of palliative meant for COVID-19.
Okay, thank you very much. You see, this also boils down on the gap between the government and the people. The government, various state governments, have not really done well. No, there is no justification for looting. There is no justification whatsoever for looting. But let me say this. At the time those palliatives were delivered by CACOFID to various state governments, did the state government inform the people? They didn't.
Okay.
Did they tell the people that some other items we are expecting immediately we get the items, we will distribute them? They did not. Now, and also when the ENSAS stuff happened, don't forget there's break in law and order. Our police has been demoralized. Policemen across the country were killed and all that. In fact, there was no security. There was anarchy in this country. Now people trooping to the center to steal. Yeah, I call it steal the palliative. I'm sorry to say it is stealing, because when you take things that are not actually yours, it is stealing. It is stealing. And look at the looting. People go to the warehouse. You see people loading vehicles with the material. One person can carry like 10 items, 20 items. Is that not greed? Is that not greed? Is that not stealing? That is exactly what we accuse our leaders of.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So, especially the one that happened in Osun State, where you come from. So, what can you say about it too?
The one in Osun State is so unfortunate. Is very, very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. In Osun State, I think the government has a committee for the private sector palliative. That is the CACOFID. Government has its own palliative, which was well organized and distributed. Then the one that came from the private sector, government set up committee that involved all people from all walks of life. We have the pastors, we have the imam, the civil society groups are in that committee. They were the one managing that thing. And according to the secretary of that committee, he said those items were brought in around late September, and they were actually waiting for the rice to be supplied before they start. People went there, they looted the whole place, they looted the warehouse, they carted away, all the palliatives. Fine. Just like I said earlier, there's no justification for looting. I think, let me add, why not blame the government? Why not blame the committee for that thing? But it goes also that the committee should have informed the people that, see, we have received the palliative goods from CACOFID, but so because of this, we are postponing, the distribution. After the NSAS program, we will start the distribution. I think that single info will have prevented the looting.
What we talk about people now that are being arrested, the government have been going around in some states to arrest people who are alleged called looters. So what we say about it too?
See, what I just said now is one leg of the looting. That is the one I said now is the looting of the palliative, which in layman language we say belongs to the people. The people are the ones that eventually will have gotten those goods. See, apart from that, the Shoko, people, hoodlums, armed robbers, they went into private properties factories. There is this Ashiwaju of Osogbo. He's a well-respected man. He's a very caring father. He is one of those industrialists based in Osogbo. All he has been working for all his life was looted. You know, they went to the factory, they looted the whole place. They even killed one of the staff because it was that justified. That is armed robbery.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Hello?
Hello, we can hear you. Thank you very much, sir. Well, while we're not going to be justifying looting and everything, would you say that a man, like that statement that goes, a hungry man is an angry man? A lot of people will tell you that, okay, they are angry, they are hungry, they do not have jobs. That is why they are looting, because they will tell you that, okay, the palliatives is actually for the masses, right? So they are looting what belongs to them. When we're not justifying looting or anything, would you say that a hungry man is an angry man? And that is one of the...
An hungry man is an angry man. Is an old saying.
Yes, could you just tell us your opinion about this in a few minutes?
The saying doesn't mean an hungry man should be a thief. No. If you are hungry, if you steal, people will still see you as a thief. Yes, people are hungry.
Okay.
People are angry. But the solution is not for us to go and be stealing. To go and be stealing. Yes, there is hunger in the land. And that is why I said government has its own blame. The government at various levels have their own blame. The people also going to steal, they have their own blame. Yes, we are hungry. Yes, we are hungry. But the fact that I am hungry doesn't mean I should go and steal. And let me have this let me have this. See, when you usually say it is when people are hungry, that's why they go to loot. I've seen people that they looted, and they were selling those things. Even in Yoruba land, when you say you went to somebody's farm and you pluck the corn, the meat, and because you are hungry, you eat it there. That if the owner of the farm sees you, they won't be hungry. See, when you now go to the farm, you say you are hungry, you pluck all, you harvest all the meat, and you go to the market to sell it. That is not hungry. It's not hunger. That is stealing. That is greed. And that is exactly what happened to most people. Some people are hungry, but some people are not. Some people are just thieves. So that is what I can say about that.
Okay, so thank you very much. We understand you very well and we appreciate your opinions. But Nigeria, like they say, Nigeria has the largest economy in Africa. Currently, that is since 2019, we have the largest economy in Africa. And for a country that has the largest economy, people are not doing so well. What would you say is the way, since we have stated the state of the nation currently, what would you say is the way forward? What is your advice to the government? What's your advice to the people? What do you think we can do to make a better Nigeria? Because even if everyone wants to run away, there's no place to actually run to. Nigeria is where we are. We are Nigerians. Even if we run away, we cannot take the Nigeria in us away. So what is the way forward?
Yeah, thank you very much. You are very, very correct. In fact, the word, because we are the capital, we are the Nigeria is the poverty capital. You know, economy, people are living below $1 per day. This is as a result of many years of bad governance and leadership. But I don't want to dwell on that. You asked me what is the way forward. What are the causes of this? Number one on it is unemployment. We have a great who have gone to school, who have graduated, who are not employed. Why? Because government over the years have neglected them. Now, I want to say also that Nigeria being a mono-economic product country, you know, is bad. And that is why anytime there is fluctuation in the world oil price, there is a problem in this country. Government has neglected other areas of the economy. They have neglected the development of the solid mineral resources, which can actually create lots of jobs for Nigerian youths. They have neglected over the years the agricultural sector. This present government has really invested much in agriculture. But my question is this: what has been the investment of various state governments in agriculture? Let's ask ourselves this question. How many tractors, how many land, how many agricultural inputs have any state government acquired over the past 4 years, past 5 years?
Okay.
What has been
please tell us your advice to the government and then the people in 30 seconds. We're about to end up the program.
Can you tell us your advice to the government and to the people in 30 seconds?
Yes.
Can I do what?
Tell us your advice to the government and also the people in 30 seconds. We're about to round up the program.
Yeah, I would advise government to really look at to diversify the economy. This government has started it. I want more concentration on it. Let them develop the solid minerals. Let them invest in agriculture. Agriculture can take like 40% of the population of youths. If properly developed, youth should be employed, gainfully employed. There are ways they can do it. Government should call on experts to advise them on how to create work, how to create a living environment for employment, how to drive the economy by ideas, how to drive the economy by private sector, participation. So that is what I will tell the government.
Okay, thank you very much. And to the people, before we go on the program.
Now, as a people, I want to tell the people to be patient with the government, and also, please, you need to participate in the electoral process.
Okay.
You don't need to be collecting tokens from the politicians. Participate. Start from the local government level to state level. Sponsor youth to various houses of assembly that make law. Sponsor youth to the National Assembly. Learn how to be involved in good governance.
Okay.
By doing this country will be great.
Okay, thank you very much, sir, for your opinion and for being our guest on this program and talking about the state of the nation and also the way forward. We appreciate your opinions and everything you've told us. And we're saying from Mere Radio that have a wonderful day.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Wow. That was a wonderful session.
Yes.
From our guest.
Yes. OLOYE ADESINA ODELEYE.
Yeah.
And he has spoken about the state of the nation and also the way forward. And we appreciate everything he has said on today's today's segment of
Good
the Morning Show. And then we'll be taking the comments before we round up the program today.
Yes. We have some comments on Facebook and people that are following us. Now, this coming from Ogbeni Olusegun Akintade. The government uncharacteristically acceded to the request. At that point, the protesters should have made representation to the government to negotiate and set time frame to achieve their demand, which the government already promised. What do you say about that? I think he even mentioned it.
Yes, they spoke about that.
Yes.
That they should have after the government already accepted their terms, they should have stepped back and let the government do what they did. But like a lot of people said, they did not trust in government anymore. That's why they did not
actually, that's actually true. It has been like that over the years, whereby we have so many promises, and at the end of it, even at the end of 4 years or 8 years respectively, it will just be as if no promise has been made.
Yeah, so lots of people might not have trusted in that government. They may not have had faith anymore. So one of the reasons they didn't relent on the protest was because of that, and they wanted instant change.
And like this from Mansura Alagbe, that's just it. She says that's just it. People have been neglected for a long time, which has led to frustration and anger all over the land. I believe she's talking about looting and poverty state.
Even the enters, it was as a result of frustration.
People were really frustrated.
Due to youth profiling, there were a lot of people were being harassed, they were being molested, exactly. They were being brutalized because of the way they dress, the way they look, not because of any, and it was extrajudicial killings, and then nobody was bringing these officials to court, and they were not bringing them to book, and nothing was happening. That's why the youth came out in masses to clamor for a change. They were tired, so it was as a result of frustration.
Yes, actually, and even the rate of poverty in Nigeria too is increasing because the rate of things, especially this time around, whereby the government hiked the price in petroleum and then electricity tariff. So this gave a rise to people to clamor for a change.
Yeah, so the rise and hike of everything has resulted in a lot of poverty, and people are being impoverished every day. So we are saying to the stakeholders that we know that they are doing what they're supposed to do, but they could do more. They could do more.
From good to best.
Yes, and we are saying to the people that there's no justification for looting anyways, and so we should all do what is right. That's just it. Everyone should do what is right to make Nigeria, because we are all Nigerian, no matter where you want to go to.
We are Nigerian.
Yes, we can't take a Nigerian out of us, even if we want to run to another country. And this is it on Good Morning Show on OLOYE Radio, and I'm Oluwadamilola Kolade.
I'm Temitope Samuel. Do have a wonderful day.
I'll see you tomorrow.